Okay, Dundalk first team coach John Gill. John, top class performance tonight.
I think that's been our best performance of the season. Jerry, we were excellent from the first whistle. Full credit must go to the players. As I said, we've had a lot of things to contend with injuries in the last 6-7 weeks. But I thought we were magnificent there tonight. 4 clean sheets, and I thought the way we passed the ball, and not only when we hadn't got the ball, we didn't let them. We were all over them like a rash. Didn't let them settle, and that's what Dundalk's about. Dundalk's about keeping clean sheets, not letting teams play, strangling teams, and I thought we'd done that tonight.
You dominated the game from beginning to end, really.
I think so, and that's not being unfair on Cork. I mean, it was still dangerous at the end and a bit hairy at the end. Balls going into the box, but listen, we're very, very pleased. Some outstanding performances. Sean Gannon got man of the match, but I personally thought Daniel Cleary and Sean Hoare were absolutely outstanding. As were it would be very hard to pick a man of the match there tonight. I thought they were all at it, and that's what we need from week in, week out. And when you consider who wasn't there tonight, and when we get the players back that are injured, it's going to be we're in good fettle.
You're in good fettle because you're going to have some competition. One young lad that last year was absolutely top class for Dundalk. He didn't start for you this season, but he's in the centre half position now, and you're not conceding any goals. Daniel Cleary.
Well, he's been outstandanding. I mean, but Daniel Cleary played the most of all the centre halves here last year. Would you believe that?
That's right.
So
no, I mean,
and people maybe don't really, but I thought he was outstanding there. I thought he was outstanding.
Absolutely brilliant.
I mean, because they are a difficult team to defend against. They pump balls into the box. Yeah. You got to win your headers. You got to win the second phase ball, and we done that tonight all over the park. We also got after them when they had the ball in deep areas. We pressed high up the pitch. Our fitness levels were excellent. It's just a shame that the next 4 to 5 weeks is a crazy schedule. It doesn't bode well for player welfare, or you can't get much done on the training pitch. But in fairness to the players, they're in outstanding physical condition due to the fitness conditioning team that we have here, and themselves, the discipline that they show off the pitch, and they're a joy to be around. They're just a great group to be around. I'm privileged to be here.
The goal was absolutely top class. Young Jamie McGrath, very quiet lad, very quiet player. But by God, on the pitch, it's a different story altogether. He got the cross in, and Michael Duffy, who had a magnificent game as well, made no mistake with the header.
Actually, for the goal, they interchanged. Jamie kind of pulled out to the left, and Michael coming. It was a very clever play. Great lead from Michael, and an outstanding cross from Jamie. But I mean, since Jamie's come into the team, and we rushed them back into the team a little bit, if you remember the time.
I do, yeah.
But people haven't even. And I'm not saying Patrick McElhinney would love to get him back, but like Jamie coming in and doing the job that he's done has masked that. Honestly, you look at the 5 weeks of teams. They've had injuries. Well, that's why we signed the squad that we had, or we have.
Yeah.
And every one of that squad, include the lads that didn't start tonight, are outstanding players, and they will get the chance on Monday night. We will make changes because you couldn't expect, to go out. But it'll give these lads need to show on Monday night, and I think they will. One or two of them will put up their hand and be ready for selection, even when they're needed. And I think they will be needed, Jerry, because we've 8 games in a 5-week period. It's crazy stuff.
I was just saying that. I mean, the way it's good to see in under 21 terms, to see League of Ireland players getting picked. But if that's going to happen, I think the FAI are going to have to sit down for next season and just have weekends where there's no games and just call off the games for that weekend and have that penciled into the schedule rather than the way you were messing around last week.
Well, the other problem is you've got this Toulon tournament in June. Now that goes on for nearly 2 weeks. So what happens then? I don't know what's going to happen. Now, to be honest with you, if we could have played last week,
European football.
If we could, it's going to affect us big time. It did probably here 3 years ago. Yeah. If we could have played last week, we would have. Yeah. It wasn't us that called off the game. It was Bohemians. In fairness, we would have played the game. Yeah. Now I know we had nobody really in the squad, but I think even if we had 2 in the squad, I think we would have played the game because we want to keep playing games with momentum. We had a bit of momentum. Yeah. But listen, tonight's a fill up for us. Hopefully we'll push on and try and go and do our business right on Monday and just keep one game at a time.
It's a fantastic run you're on now, and you kept touch with Shamrock Rovers tonight, which is important. Do you think now that the title race will be between yourself and Rovers, do you think Cork might be dropping out of it a bit?
No, I don't, Jerry. It's only 7 games in. People are saying it's a 2-horse race. We'll just focus on ourselves and control what we control. I think there could be a team that goes on. Look at Dundalk last year. There could be a team maybe that comes out of the group in a springer, just puts a run. If you can put a run of 6-7 games together, you'll make up ground. Like Rovers have to go down to Cork next week. That's going to be a difficult game. Yeah. We have to go to Pats, another difficult game.
It's going to be very difficult.
So we'll just worry about ourselves. If we play with the same intelligence physical capabilities that we played tonight, we win more games than we lose.
Well, anyway, listen, congratulations. It was a superb performance.
Thanks, Jerry. Thank you very
much.
much.
Sean Perry, RTÉ Radio. How are you doing? Congrats. I'm just going to take 60 seconds of your time, if you don't mind, a short reaction, please. John Gill joins me in the aftermath.